Good evening, everyone, and welcome to yet another exciting episode of After Effects, brought to you by the Gotham City crew. I'm your girl, SD, a.k.a. Superman's daddy. We have Grown Man. We have King Solomon. We got King Solomon Jr.
What up?
And we have Mrs.
What's up?
And today's topic is one that just really grinds my gears. Cheating.
Cheating in the next room.
So, how about we just get straight to it? Because I can't wait to hear what my wonderful counterparts have to say about this particular topic.
Well, all right. Since you want to just start off like that with the seductiveness, I mean, we don't really have a choice, but okay. So we're going to do it like this. Grown man, why do people cheat?
Because that's something they choose to do. The choice.
So it ain't had nothing to do with no alcohol, emotional distress, or they was feeling some kind of way?
No, it's a choice. Because, people think off emotions and everything, but it's a choice. Because, like I said, I could be upset about, someone stealing my parking spot. But I'm not going to go out and just go destroy, the trees and the bushes and stuff because somebody stole my parking spot. It racks up about the same there.
Whew. Man, yeah, you on fire today. So let me just jump in right after you, and then we'll shoot that over to Miss Sutton. I've been saying for years, you're right. People cheat because they want to. I'm sick and tired of looking at all these doggone court shows. It was an accident. How? Oh, it was. So you slipped and fell on top of somebody. Please stop saying that.
Wow.
So it was a banana, a wet floor, spilled juice.
And open legs.
Exactly. You slipped and fell on top of somebody. I'd like to know how that worked.
Happened to be naked.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you. You left that part out.
Well, you don't necessarily have to be completely naked. Now, I'm just saying you need certain parts exposed, but...
Oh my gosh, you go. But here's the crazy part, though, because you see it on all these different court shows. Everybody, it was an accident, really? So you accidentally... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I say, and we can't forget the infamous show Cheaters from back in the day.
Oh my God.
Flavor syndication.
The midnight special by itself. Listen, I had to go to school and I'm up late that night like, they're going to get him. They're going to get him.
My favorite excuse is, you weren't there. You're always working.
You didn't have time for me.
Oh, what about this one? Well, you know that we lost a baby or my mom or dad or a family member had passed away. But the best one, I think one of y'all just hit that was, I was feeling lonely and I had looking at these four walls. I couldn't go nowhere. I ain't had nothing to do. And we was having marital issues. So all I did was just talk. And it wasn't my fault. He took advantage of me. And what happened was we was just walking one day. And we just happened to stop by the bar. And just happened to have a few drinks. And I don't know how I wound up in the bed with this individual.
Bull pucky. I mean, honestly, it's all bull pucky. Let's just get down to the nitty gritty of this whole entire situation. The fact of the matter is this: you cheat because you want to. Can't nobody make you do something that you don't want to do.
But they said they slipped and fell on them.
No, prime example of that is, again, yes, you have people who work like Hebrews.
Yep.
Listen, take care of yourself if you that lonely. Okay? Because yourself ain't gonna give you no STD.
Oh. Could you wait?
There it is right
Could
there.
you wait till I'm not drinking to say that?
Listen, honest to God, it is too many red box porno, ghetto homemaking, XXX websites that can help you take care of yourself. That ain't gonna put somebody else's life in jeopardy. Okay?
All I got is me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end.
Okay, you just messed me up with the you can't give yourself an STD. I'm through. Because if somebody can do that, yeah.
But see, that be the
That over there,
thing. It be these folks out here. Not only are you cheating, but then you cheating unprotected. And, it's the one night stand for me. I don't know his name. Then you done came up with a whole child, and your baby daddy named who? Invisible?
But here's the one. I think.
How does that work?
Oh no, he got a name.
Jesus Christ.
He just no.
Jesus Christ.
Because that child was made in love. Okay.
Now, I think it was Grown Man that brought this up a couple of episodes ago, and I'm not really sure, but I'm quoting him verbatim. He said, and I quote, you knew what you were doing. You knew.
Thank you.
And see, here's the thing for me about this whole, this cheating thing, and what I cannot necessarily get over. You say, and y'all about to laugh at me because y'all about to call me straight stupid. I done heard it all. Here's the one was for me. You wasn't giving me the attention that I needed.
Give it to yourself.
You know.
Talk to yourself in the mirror, doggone it. Listen, what did the comedian say? He said, I said myself say, exactly.
Okay. The second one was, you know my needs need to be met, and you know I'm at home all day.
Man, listen, meet your own needs. Go on Amazon and buy a vibrator.
I'm done.
Well, you know what? It reminds me of some of the songs that we heard as kids, like the song "Secret Lovers."
Secret
Lovers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I hear the excuse all day. Well, you weren't here. I felt vulnerable. He made me feel good. First of all, how did you get yourself into that situation?
Ooh, and I'm glad you brought that up, Grown Man, because now let's get to the meat and potatoes, shall we? You got yourself in a position, and I'm sick of this. Stop blaming it on situations. Number one, and I hope I help somebody out today. Number one, as a Grown Man said, if you are that lonely, get up and go get a job.
Or get a puppy.
Yeah, or get a puppy. Oh, no, Superman, I love you, but we live in a different times where people
use their puppies to get
use their animals to get some things
accomplished.
Okay, get a hobby then.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the hobby, because sometimes the hobby could include that.
There we go.
Okay, I give up.
Get involved with a volunteer at Salvation Army Soup Kitchen.
Yeah.
When I'm
Go get some online education.
Now here's the one for me, and Grown Man said this. From the time that we were kids, there is a plethora, and I mean a plethora of songs from every generation of music that specifically talk about cheating. If we want to do rock and roll, There's Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I Hate Myself for Loving You. And we want to go blues. Cheating in the Next Room.
Or one of my personal favorites, old school R&B. Me and Mrs. Jones.
Hey, I'm saying.
Mrs. Jones, and then of course, if we're gonna speed it up, like when we were kids, one of my favorite ones, Two Wrongs Don't Make It Right.
Oh man, that doggone song there. What was the other one? Oh, B.B. King, one of the best blues players it was. The Thrill Is Gone.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure this out, and maybe Gotham City.
Wait. One more. Well, no, I don't think that's consistent cheating, but it was a one night stand, and everybody's unofficial wedding song, Reason.
Oh my God!
That is about infidelity. Yes,
yep.
It is.
Don't forget about the coldest one. Don't forget about the coldest song out of all of them. Not a girl. Well, who will I choose? He had to choose between two different, like literally, my dude Chris Bender. That song is still chopping charts. What was the other one? Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You.
That is not about cheating.
Really?
Thank you. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, we'll.
We got Johnny Taylor. We're going to go back to our parents' days.
I'm sorry.
The last lady.
The last $2.
Since we had to mention The Voice, Miss Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Wrong song. Tried Saving All My Love for You.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You have your family.
Yep.
And they need you there.
My God.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying the whole thing I don't be understanding with these folks is I just got to be raw. If you gonna be a hoe, be a hoe. Don't hold your way into somebody else's family and then tear their family apart. And what get me is these side chicks wanting to become main pieces. That's not how that works, hon. I know for a fact, because I know a side piece that it took 20, 30 years later for them to become a main piece, because they stayed the side piece for so long, they was all kind of insecure.
I got one. I'm gonna do you better, and this is about to blow everybody's mind. You ready for this? Now, everybody should know that February 13th and February 15th is Side Chick Day. This is where the world has gotten. We done got so far into being okay with cheating that there are literally people that are wishing each other happy Side Chick Day on social media platform. This girl posted, because somebody shared it, said she has absolutely no problem with being somebody's side piece.
Now, here's the crazy part. There are women out here who don't care because they don't want a commitment. And it's easier to get involved with somebody who's involved with somebody else because they don't want no attachment.
Exactly.
Whereas dating somebody who's not with somebody else mean that you got to invest your commitment and your time and everything else. So there are women out here that'll tell you, oh, I'm only going to get with a person who's in a relationship because I know I can get what I want out of them, get my fantasy off or whatever, and they got to go home.
Oh, you know what? Because you just said that, I forgot one of my all-time favorite groups. I love Escape, but You're My Little Secret?
My Little Secret. Okay. Ooh.
That was my song as a kid, though.
Okay. But to piggyback off of what Mrs. Sutton just said and everything about, the not wanting the attachments and everything like that, I love the song by Joe Budden called "Pump It Up," and he has a specific verse in that song. In other words, more or less, my jump off doesn't run off at the mouth so much. My jump off never asks why I'll go out so much. My jump off never has me going out of my way, and she don't want nothing on Valentine's Day, you know. And I'm just like, okay.
What about the coldest hip hop song? I still don't know if one has beat it yet. You Can Find Me in the Club.
50 Cent?
Yeah. They still consider that one. Like, literally, this dude is telling you, I don't want no relationship. I just want a bone and let you be you.
But he being honest.
Right. But see, here's
where's the cheating in that? Because he being honest.
Here's the problem. Because now, this cheating crosses over to Mrs. DNA. Because let me explain to you why. And I'm about to pose this right now. You said this before. When someone tells you they don't want nothing but to bone.
Come on.
But you pursue it. Mm-hmm. You pursue it. Mm-hmm. And you try deliberately to get knocked up to keep them. Or as I said in the previous podcast, the situation that took place with Drake. Now, that's still that. Listen, I will forever laugh because she's stupid and she deserves to be on hot sauce in them. However,
well, if she had anything, that hot sauce show killed it.
Here's the thing, and this is what I'm now proposing. Why is it okay when there is at bare minimum, I believe if I looked up the number, I believe it was somewhere around 15% that this turkey-based thing has been proven and accounted for, but because the individual has some type of financial status, he is still liable for that kid.
Okay, well, one, I have to admit we jumping because turkey basically ain't got nothing to do with cheating.
Listen, but actually, think about
it like this: if you got a ball player who trying to find them a piece on the road, and the girl decided that she want to try. First of all, how stupid do you have to be? This is just for the guys. How stupid do you have to be, especially when you in that kind of league, to leave your DNA? If I know for a fact that I'm out here messing around, I ain't leaving no condom with nothing in it. For you to end up coming back and harassing my wife, and then the women be stupid because just because he got the money, the wife ain't going nowhere. So he can have 101 million babies out there on her. As long as she the main piece, she ain't leaving.
Here's the thing. God, what is the name of that song? The one that Whitney Houston did with Deborah Cox. It's called
Same script, different cast.
Same script, different cast, yeah.
Thank y'all. And in that song, she was the leading lady. Whitney was. Until he decided he wanted to step out. And Deborah Cox became the leading lady. So out of respect, because they are women, she called and warned her, you're the leading role now. But don't think he ain't about to do to you what was done to me. Here's the question. On average, who is most likely to be at fault for cheating?
Women cheat more than men.
Yeah, but it's always the man's fault.
Women just don't get caught.
No.
Women cheat more.
It's always the man's fault.
Yeah, but you about to get blackballed.
Actually, I'm gonna say it's a 50-50 split.
I only say. We having our nice little debate, SD. Because the reason why I say women cheat more is because women pull more on emotional reasons to cheat. So a man to straight out tell you what he want and don't want, then women get caught up in their emotional feelings, and the guy still gonna do him because he got that woman on the leash. But women, if we caught up in our emotions as women, we subject to do anything.
Whew.
And then turn around and blame it all on the man and say, well, it's your fault.
Well, let me ask you something.
Because there's no accountability.
Exactly.
Let's just put this out there then, since we here. Very few cases. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but in very few cases is the woman ever caught cheating. It never comes out to after the divorce when she done juiced this individual for all the money. Why hasn't there ever been an investigation before or after when it was proven that...
Well, because...
Oh, go ahead.
No, finish.
Oh, when it was proven that they've been married because he stepped out one time, he didn't know, which this was a case on TV, that all three of his kids, 20, 21, and 22, were not his.
There's that. Wow.
Wow.
And he stepped out one time. But the three kids that got his name, and I forget the guy's name, but one was Junior, the other one was the second, and the other one was the third. Neither of the three was his kids. And
people kill me with that because that's not how that goes.
Right. And here's the crazy part. He just recently found out because she put him on child support for their twin, I think either 16 or 17-year-olds, that he thought those was his. But he's paying child support and everything for him, and it was found that she lied and faked the DNA test. And go ahead. I'm going to let y'all have that.
Wow. Wow.
Right. I'm speaking.
It was almost a case like on fraternity court where a man was in a relationship with a woman, and she put him on child support, and he failed to pay child support, whatever, and he was landing in prison for 5 years.
Yep.
And when they went to fraternity court, they did the fraternity test, and it came to find out that he was proven not to be the father.
Mm-hmm.
But
so basically, in the relationship with this man, she cheated, and then to make matters worse, she openly admitted that she knows who her son's father is, and she's been and is currently still in communication with him.
Yeah, I remember that case because I watched that, man. That still makes me angry to this day. The fact that she was able to fake it.
Yeah, that's because, here's the whole thing. Like, that's why I clearly stated women cheat more than men. But
she faked the whole DNA test.
Yes, she did.
Legally faked the whole DNA test. I'm talking about a real DNA test center with all the numbers and the gizmos.
She had a friend that worked in the DNA. But that's the whole thing. When I say, women, and then let's take it even back. Women, most women, not gonna say all, but most women that claim this cheating card and stuff like that, they claim they do it out of revenge.
What is revenge cheating?
I was going there. They claim they do it out of revenge. Oh, this guy hurt me, that guy hurt me. Well, here's the problem. Number one, I think it ain't a person that's human and that bleed red, purple blood that can say that they ain't never had their heart broken.
No. Your first heartbreak is your parents. Oops.
Sustained.
Come on. So therefore,
Sustained.
so you mean to tell me that because my first heartbreak is technically the people who got me here, I'm supposed to go cheat on my parents? How I do that? So if I can't cheat on the folks that got me here,
Yeah.
why would I cheat on? And the commitment to them.
Oh.
Come on, it's a commitment here. They committed to getting you here, and you're committed to being their kids and making sure that later on in life they good. So you make a lifelong commitment to them, and when they let you down or piss them off, you don't go out here talking about divorcing them and you want some more parents. So can you please explain to me why you make a commitment to another individual, why you don't take that same vow and that same oath to make sure? Now, don't get me wrong. It don't mean that you're not going to come across people. I had my husband laughing the other day. I'm home at work. I'm going outside on the break. This little old guy, he walks past me and he says, "Where's your husband?" I said, "At home."
Why?
I said, "At home." He says, "Oh, tell him he's a lucky guy." I said, "Thank you, and I will." Now,
As if I don't know that.
now here's the thing.
Take the compliment.
Yeah.
Exactly. What was I supposed to say? Oh, man, you paid me some attention, and my husband pissed me off this morning. So yeah, come on, let's jump off in the hospital and do a quickie. What?
Yeah.
But see, this is what folks do. Like, I'm being whole honest. This is what people do. And then, even if it's not physical cheating, the emotional
Come
cheating,
on.
because there's different barriers to this word. And it's not just physically. You can physically sleep with somebody and be detached from them. Let's keep that all the way real.
And I'm going to put this out here because, I always talk about us, but you already know, and I'm sorry if I'm interrupting you, but we went through months where we had issues where we wasn't talking and we wasn't doing nothing. As I stated, I worked at a place where there was a lot of females that wore a lot of
provocative clothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say skimpy, but we'll go with provocative clothing. What did I do to make sure that I didn't fall into any of that? Number one,
You told him I was crazy.
yeah, yes, listen, this is the only part that I will approve lying. What I did was, when they asked me about my wife, I said she was a Marine sniper's daughter. I said...
I mean, I am a Marine's daughter, but
that's not the point.
He was not a sniper.
I said that she makes homemade bombs.
Right.
I said she's a little special and she likes playing with gasoline and matches.
I mean, that part ain't necessarily a lie, but
That's
still.
neither there.
Sustained.
And also, I've called off and switched schedules. Like, no, you ain't getting close to me. I went so far as to tell them I can't come in. They're like, why? What's wrong? I ain't feeling too good. And then I sat her down like, listen, we're going to have to figure this out.
And see, here's the whole thing. All while he was going to work lying and pissed off and stuff, I ain't never thought about cheating.
I didn't think about it either. I
just
protected myself.
I just had to, since he wasn't trying to do nothing with me because he was mad, I just had to have him clean my phone out so I wouldn't get a virus. I told you, I'd rather take care of myself than go out here and get somebody's STD. I don't want the hypogonadal. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Okay, so let's switch gears. So since we're talking about cheating, what about the current scandal or thing that's going on? Well, we're talking about Ime Udoka, who's head coach of the Boston Celtics,
Yeah.
who happens to be Nia Long's fiance.
Well, see,
what is your take on that?
Honestly, this is what this is boiled down to. And like I said, if I get thrown out of the black community, I don't really care because I'm already pretty sure they're going to kick me out anyway. So at this point, I am applying to be a Caucasian or any other race. Please let me know if you will accept me. With that being stated, here's the thing. It was either, let's just call it a one-night type of situation, whatever. What it is, since she couldn't be the leading lady, then it was, if you don't tell me or give me X amount of dollars, then I'm going to tell everyone that me and you had this affair. So, because he wouldn't pay her, she's making it out to be
more than what it is.
More than it is, and she's taking him
up top,
all the way up top for the simple fact. And here's the thing about that: the simple fact, and what this boils down to is this: you don't want to pay me, fine. I'm going to ruin your life, and because of the situation, because of who his fiance is, and because he's in the spotlight, and because Boston Celtics is a historic franchise, just like the Los Angeles Lakers. If you put yourself in a situation, we're not going to fire you for your personal issues, but if it's becoming an issue to where it's going to start to affect business, we're going to have to distance ourselves from you until your matter is cleared up. This is why I say I want to be poor rich. And I know for a lot of people, you're going to ask, what is poor rich? I enjoy the podcast that I'm here with the Gotham City doing. I love it. I enjoy it. You guys want to support it, share with many people, and you're going to be able to donate soon to the channel. Poor rich means simply this. I'm not signing no contract because in a few weeks I'll be graduating with my audio engineering. If it was about money for me, I can go to California or Atlanta, produce a couple of songs for a couple of people, and my whole entire family on all sides will be straight for the rest of their life. Unless they decide to do something stupid. If it was about money for me. But because money is not my priority, yes, I do want to make some, but I'm not going as far as to say I'm willing to sell my soul for it. Because at the end of the day, that's that same person that signed you to all of them zeros in your contract, you are now their puppet. You're going to dance the way they tell you to dance. If they say,
tell you to dance.
Yep, come on. If they tell you that, listen, we want you to go on Saturday Night Live and we want you to wear a dress and high heels and paint your fingernails because we're paying you. That is a slave mentality.
Right.
I'm graduating.
I used to be a fire soul.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'll be a fire soul because I'm all about my dignity.
Yeah, exactly.
Here and there.
And my grandfather taught me this a long time ago. Grandpa, rest up in heaven. He said that if you don't stand for something,
you'll fall for anything.
You fall for anything.
You will fall for anything.
And that be the whole point right there.
That's the universal speech.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and that be the whole point. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry, but for me, there is just no clear-cut excuse. Whether you rich, whether you poor, whether you you know, whether you sleeping on the street or whatever, there is just no excuse for tearing down somebody else's emotions by playing with them. And let's be all the way honest, that's all cheating is.
Let's bring this back up, baby. Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Chris Rock. Now, why are we still...
Well, Chris Rock, I mean, if we gonna talk about it, let's be all the way honest. Chris Rock targets Jada because he wanted to date Jada back in the day, and Jada wasn't trying to get him the time of day.
By the way, this is all public knowledge.
So, therefore, I personally believe that because his male ego was crushed, that's why he finds the need to target her. However, if I just may be honest, I don't see why she didn't go ahead and sleep with him. She was sleeping with everybody else, and that was public knowledge. So I don't see.
Wow.
I don't see
And
why.
there's the snap.
I mean, I don't see why there would be one black man that she would turn down when she's sleeping with her kids' friends and everything else.
Oh, well, you know what? Let me tell you. I can answer that question because, like I said, you can have a neighborhood whore that will sleep with a whole bunch of guys on the block, but then you have that one little nerdy one she won't give that chance to. It's always that one that she just won't give that chance to, no matter what.
And it'll be that nerd that will probably rock her world.
Now, here's the crazy part about this. Go ahead, SD.
No, I was just pretty much in agreement with what Mr. Sutton was saying. You're absolutely right, because think about it. No offense, but kind of like if you look back at what was that, Revenge of the Nerds?
Yep.
One of the movies, they had a costume party or something, I think, out there on the beach or whatever.
Yep.
And the one dude, what was he dressed up as? Darth Vader?
And they found a little room.
Right, one of the Carradine brothers. I don't remember if it was Robert or David.
I think it was Rob.
It was Robert. Right. And she was like, oh my gosh, that was absolutely amazing. He took that mask off and she was dumbfounded, to say the least. And she, how do you have so much fun? He said, think about it, pretty much all I do is study.
Now,
Which means that he put his Karma Sutra book to use.
Now, I'm getting ready to, I'm just going to say, because this is my whole take. I wrote about it, and I read everything. And so, I was listening. Cat Williams did an interview with Carrie Champion on her podcast and her YouTube channel. And he said something very, very interesting. He said, this is all about ratings, which me and SD and Grown Man and Miss Sutton has all talking about off record. But we're going to go ahead and put it on record. This was all about ratings because I believe the last time there was a really, really good showing of support for award shows was pre-2000.
Something like that,
yeah. If I'm not mistaken, because like they would talk about it at church. Girl, thank the Lord, church was over today early. We going home watch these award shows. Now,
I was big on watching the BET Awards.
A lot of people don't really do that no more. So, how do you recuperate the money that you lost for the past 15, 20 years? We gotta look. So if I'm in a position where you better come up with a way to get this money back that we done lost over the last 15, 20 years, or you're fired. So, what's the biggest scandal at the time? Well, anybody that watched Facebook Watch knows the Red Talk Table has no secrets and no boundaries. I'm not big on gossip. I don't watch very much TV. I pretty much like watching people playing dirt and building houses out of sticks. That's what I do. However,
Right.
she goes on to say that at the time, a very underage, a very young superstar by the name of August Alsina, who is one of her kids' friends, kids' friends. Now, she done had, what is it called? An entanglement with him.
Not an affair, but entanglement.
Yeah, not an affair. I don't really know what the difference is between the two.
Because they're on public record, quote unquote, talking about they had an open marriage. But I'm sorry.
Okay.
Open marriage ain't nothing but cheating.
Again, we not even gonna go there. Here's the situation. Now, while she living in a multiple $100 million house, and herself only have roughly about 60 million, while her husband, a super rap icon movie star, who gets $20 million per movie. Stop. $20 million per movie that he gets. And he is a half of a billionaire. The first rap artist to receive a Grammy. A lot of people don't know about that. Him and DJ Jazzy Jeff. First rappers to receive a Grammy. All your favorite rappers, past, present, and future, they will never have that number one spot. Him and Jazzy Jeff got that. And I believe it was for Home Base, if I'm not mistaken. Or Parents Just Don't Understand. It was one of them. Yeah. Perfect over 2-decade career. And in an instant, you decide that you was going to do. Don't think we forgot about our topic, cheating. This is why they say, yeah, you don't mix toxicness with greatness. Because your career had faded. Me personally, I agree with SD. You were really never that good of an actor. The roles you had.
What career?
Yeah, exactly. I've seen just about all your movies, and the Wayans carried you in the Low Down Dirty Shame. Queen Latifah and all the rest of them carried you in what's the name of that movie?
Oh, Girls Trip.
Set It Off.
Yeah, Set It Off. Girls Trip, you was carried. Honestly, you have never been a leading person.
Well, the only movie that and I actually did like it would be, for me, was Jason's Lyric.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
And that could be, and just because of the simple fact it wasn't the ghetto fabulous little trash talking chick, from.
But even in that, everybody else carried her. I mean,
I'm saying no.
No.
Huh?
No.
Well, listen, we'll review that at a later date. Anyway, Cat Williams said it took, when they wanted to destroy two people, it had to be publicly. It had to be at the Grammys, because we are still talking about it. It's already public knowledge that these three individuals have a problem with each other. So we decide that we're going to give him an Academy Award. May I pose the question? Why would you have your arch nemesis host the show?
Again, it wasn't about Will.
Okay.
It was about Jada.
Babe, you missing what I'm saying.
No, the thing is, with the red table talk, as you was talking about.
You're missing what I'm saying right now. Why would Chris Rock host the night that you decide to give Will Smith the Academy Award? Why would you want...
I'll say overall ratings.
Come on. You know I'm in school for this. Why would you want his arch nemesis to host a show when it is public knowledge? It is on YouTube and all other videos that this man has been taking cheap shots at this other black man for years.
But it's not about Will.
Okay, I don't know how you can say that because that's so far-fetched.
No, because it's really not. His issue really isn't about Will. His issue is about Jada.
Okay,
How do you get to a woman without attacking the man?
Okay, again, babe, that is totally off kilter here. Listen. Now, while that may have been what he wanted, that is not what the executives and the producers wanted. Because they have to recuperate the money. And may I tell you, because of this award show, they did exactly that. Because here we are, a full, almost to the end of the year, and that subject is still as hot now as it was the day it happened. I didn't even know nothing about it until our doggone phones got to going off at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, what the heck is this? Will Smith and Snap. How do you get to that? You get to it me and you.
But he was already broken. That was the point. The point is he was already broken because she took what she claims was a private open marriage and made it a public topic. And he's never really been in the limelight for real until she started airing their dirty laundry on the red table.
And that's what I am saying, dear.
Right.
They used it because if I'm already destroyed inside because this woman, my wife, done laid in my multi-million-dollar home with an underage kid, which she should be behind jail and up under the jail for. If we arresting R. Kelly for this stuff, I don't know why she ain't behind bars. But that's a subject for a different day. When it was clearly that he was under 18 at the time. But now, you know this man is broken. And then you gonna throw salt and spit in his face by having a man that said he don't deserve $20 million per movie. I can't wait till we get into the other subject, this black people on black people, but we're gonna talk about that. We as black people should never ever say what somebody don't deserve, but we ain't talking about that right now. We talking about cheating.
But that
everybody knew.
Yeah, he was already
so
fragile.
They benefit,
right? But because of the fact that he was already fragile, because of this open marriage cheating stuff and it being displayed on a public platform, then you get him to a Grammy, and here is one of the most humbled men.
What?
Will Smith. Here's the most humbled men. And this is his moment, which I still say he should have got it for Pursuit of Happiness.
Everybody said that.
He
but
should have
again,
got it for Ali.
As I stated, how was it fair? Because
it wasn't about it being fair. It was strictly about them capitalizing on an already broken man.
That's what I stated.
So what y'all got to say?
Will Smith snapped. He just snapped.
Right. And because of it.
But going back to the topic at hand, in their situation, she publicly humiliated him by admitting to the affair. But then what's crazy about that is he's made fun of. He's made fun of because he was cheated on.
Yep.
Right?
Because
Jada's not being crucified for this here.
no.
Now you look at this, he made a Duca and Nia Long situation. Now he's public enemy number one.
Yeah.
Now they're looking at, how he cheated on Nia Long. Now again, from my understanding, and this is just my understanding, that they currently weren't together at the time, this transgression occurred.
Right.
Okay.
Now, to piggyback off what you just said, grown man, look at it. These freaking gender roles, which makes me sick. Now, everybody come out and support. Oh, we support Jada for being a strong black woman. She should have never had that happen to her. But on the flip side, you're crucifying the dude from the Boston Celtics when it is public knowledge that she had an open entanglement with a whole underage minor in her husband's house.
In prison for.
Huh?
And she should be in prison for that.
Should. We got R. Kelly getting ready to die behind bars. Why she ain't behind bars?
Well, because it's a one-sided thing.
Yes, sir.
But that entanglement...
It always will be a one-sided thing.
Exactly. That affair would have never came out if August Alsina hadn't fell in love with her.
But see, and here's the throw salt on open wounds. He gonna make a whole freaking album about it and call it Entanglement.
Exactly. So because he fell in love with her.
Huh?
Was this after the entanglement was announced or before?
Before.
Yeah, it basically around the same time.
Okay, so then let's look at that there. And then, entanglement. Well, I would say with that there, it was, he was doing that to, help August boost his record sales, but also, too, at the same time to humiliate Will because of her resentment towards him, because of his success.
Right. I think SD said it.
Right.
A lot of people. Go ahead.
I was going to say pretty much basically when it all boils down to it, August Alsina, or however he pronounces his name, to Will Smith, like, you have everything that I could possibly want and then some. And I just got a little taste of it, but now I'm going to throw it in your face.
And he did. Did you see the doggone video?
No, I don't.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't take no pleasure into viewing.
I didn't either. But from what I've been told, it has over 1 million views. And in this video, yeah, he goes into very detail on every last one of his albums about their sexual encounter. If you ever have heard the song "Kissing on My Tattoos," he describes in very real detail.
And I love that song.
What was done and how it was done. And he bragged about it, and I love this. That's why he came up with the remix part 2 with Chris Brown and Trey Songz. Mm-hmm. His albums detailed everything. Matter of fact, it was her that got him the record deal.
Wow.
Rumor has it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't confirm, but just saying what the rumor is, the scuttlebutt. So again,
and it's like, everybody has choices.
Yes, sir.
Cheating. And you know what? I'm gonna step out for a second, and I'm gonna put myself on blast. Okay.
Yep.
Because I was both on I was on both ends of cheating. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep.
I was on the receiving end because my significant other cheated on me, and then 2, I cheated on her. And like I said, I can admit this here, I'm not proud of what I've done. But I did it because it was a choice. I chose to do it.
Okay, you may have chosen to have done that, but here's the thing. What was it that caused you to do that in the first place?
Well, what caused it was a lack of communication, and then, of course, there was no respect. There was lack of communication and no respect. Because emotionally, she had already checked out of our marriage. Before I even done so, but it still doesn't make it right because we were still legally married at the time.
Oh no, I agree wholeheartedly, but all I'm saying is basically from what you're saying and my interpretation of this, it's not like you just woke up one day and said, hey, you know what? I want to go get down with some random chick. Pretty much it was, dare I say, it's what, cause and effect?
Yeah. The after effect.
Action, reaction. Hold on. Action, reaction. What was the action? She was disrespecting you and cheating on you. What was the reaction? You cheated on her. But now I'm quite sure, and I'm just stabbing in the dark here, but I'm quite sure that she probably did that or whatever and then gave it a second thought. Probably ain't apologized or nothing, no kind of remorse whatsoever. But I'd be willing to bet you on the flip side of that same coin, as many times as, I don't know how many times she may have done it, but it was enough for you to decide to go out and do that yourself. I'm quite sure every opportunity she got, she threw that up in your face.
And that she did.
Okay.
Speaking of which, why is it? Why is it that, like you said, grown man, why do men get crucified? Why do men get crucified and basically the women get vilified?
Well, I can only guess that, in this day and age, they're trying to destroy the man altogether. I could be wrong, but, it's like destroy the man, believe all women, that's the theme. Believe all women, because they can do no wrong and tell no lies. Though they be out there cheating more because they're more clever about their things because we men are very naive.
Yep.
Because we don't think, this woman's not going to cheat on me. But you know what? I don't put nothing past anyone.
Come on.
Not because, I have trust issues. It's because, come on, opportunity. There's opportunities, and then, you have willpower. Do you have the willpower to resist that? Or are you going to seize an opportunity, to risk it all?
I can also speak to being on the receiving end. And I'm just put this disclaimer out there. Never, ever date someone you work with. So I was working at...
No lies told here.
Yeah. I worked at a large grocery store chain here in Ohio. And I thought me and old girl had hit it off and we was pretty cool. It's way before I met Mrs. Sutton. So we talking and kicking it or whatever. I think we all good. So I take her by her mom's to pick up her kids, and we drive to her house. So I help her take the kids upstairs. Well, as soon as we get upstairs, dude, the baby daddy, is playing video games in the living room.
Come again, say what?
Again, I'm going to repeat this. I thought me and girl was all right, but to pick her up, I took her to get her kids. We went to her mom's house, and I take her groceries and kids upstairs, and I walk in the house. The baby daddy is in the living room playing the video games. Now, before I let SD and Grown Man answer that, we'll be back for part 2, After Effects.